Welcome back, aliens. My name is Naveen Reddy, and today we have a special guest with us. So he was my trainer when I was doing my graduation, and then the way he was teaching us different subjects, it always fascinates me how exactly, how can you convert the actual concept to the analogy when you learn something. So I was very lucky to learn some new technologies under him, and then his name is Yogesh Kantak. He's one of the reasons why I went into corporate training, why I'm a trainer on YouTube as well. So he's my inspiration, and thankfully we got him online after a long time. So I was requesting him from a long time. Maybe it's been 3 to 4 months now, and finally he's here. We were supposed to go live before, but then there was some technical issues. Again, we'll talk about technical issues to that in one of the video. I will make a separate video now. What happens when you chat online? But okay, let's continue that now. When you say a technical discussion, so on this channel we had so many live sessions, right? We have talked about Hadoop, we have talked about blockchain as well. But today we have a different topic. Now this is something which everyone should know, but they feel they don't need it as of now. The moment you join a company, that you feel, this is one of the most important skill you should have, and that is soft skills. So without further ado, let me call Yogesh Kantak, who will continue with the session. So first of all, sir, I would like you to introduce yourself and then talk about something about your experience in the industry.
Hey, hi everybody, and thanks Naveen for calling me on this channel. I was a big follower for this channel for a few. So as you said, normally I started off my career as a trainer where we met first time, and I was completely focused on the hard skills. I will say the technology part, where I was training the different technologies or different languages to everybody. Then gradually, after having a training experience of more than half a decade, I moved over to the corporate world. And then for last 14 years, I'm into the corporate world, various companies working out at for digitalizations and other technologies. Actually, they implementing the technologies at the corporate or the companies. And as my career moved from this training to this level, where I am right now a regional delivery manager for an MNC handling the Middle East, I am seeing a lot of engineers are very good in their hard skills or technology, but unfortunately they lag behind when the soft skills comes into the picture, which is the need of an hour. And that's the reason I was focusing more on the soft skills now rather than the hard skills. And that's where we got connected again. And then I came back to this discussion or topic.
Oh, that's great. When you talk about soft skills, when I was doing my graduation and post-graduation, I was not knowing about it. Yes, for me, soft skills was more about communication and stuff. But I want to know exactly what soft skills means. There are a lot of subscribers on this channel. They are focusing on programming. They are focusing on technology. But the moment they talk about soft skills, it's a very, a vague word for us. Yes, we need some soft skills like communication, but what exactly soft skills are? That's one of the question I have for you.
See, now it's not only you or the rest of the world, but it were us also when we were doing our engineering, we were never knowing what exactly the soft skills is. Less important is the importance. As an engineer or as a techie, we always focus on the technical part of any solution. So whenever we have any kind of discussion or our thought process, we always focus on the technical part, where which kind of technology will fit in, which kind of components can be designed, how it can be more technologically advanced, and etc. etc. But if you see the world or the corporate part of the world, once you enter into that, it's completely different from what we experienced during our college days. Let's give you a very simple example. Forget the corporate world. In last year of your engineering or any science graduation part, you always go for a project. Last year is always dedicated for a project. A completion of a project is very important. Everybody goes through that. And in for that project completion, the one of the primary criteria is that you will be forming a team and then you will be delivering that project. Now, when you say that you will be forming a team, the different ideas flows in, and we have to create only one project. So there can be a conflict of ideas, then can be debates of ideas, or more importantly, we need to accommodate everyone and then to make that project successful. Now, to do all these things, apart from your technical knowledge, you require something more, an X factor, so that you can do a teamwork and you can deliver that project. That exact X factor is known as a soft skills. So when I say the skills are divided into two parts, and every hiring manager goes for that. The one is a hard skill, which is nothing but your major technical know-how, For example, if you're hiring a carpenter, you expect them to know what carpentry is. That is hard skill. I'm hiring an engineer, I expect them to know what technology means or how to code the program. But to code a program, you're not an individual who will be developing that project. There will be other people working with you, around you. And how you adjust among themselves and how you make a team out of it to deliver a best solution is what the soft skills are. And that becomes the deciding factor of your next career progress or the growth. So in one line, hard skill can land up you an interview, but soft skill will take you to the heights or the corporate ladders.
Okay, with that, I have a question. So when I say soft skills are important, of course, right? So I have learned that in a
Yeah.
hard way when you join the industry.
Yeah.
As a fresher, how important it is. So let's say if you go for the interviews, maybe of course, they will focus on technical skills. They'll ask you a lot of questions. How important the soft skills are, apart from communication, which we all know is important.
See, let's focus from a fresher's point of view. When in graduation is completed, maybe it is in engineering or in BSc in IT or computer science or any technical graduate, let's say, and he enters into a corporate world, in the first place, the entire world is quite different. The way he has an experience for his college life or the way the ideas were flowing and the ideas which are used in the corporate world are quite different. So the first thing which he needs is an adaptability, or I will say he needs to have a motivation to have a critical thinking and learning capacity to adjust himself to this new environment. Because there will be always a breach, or there is a gap which has to be fulfilled by a breach from the education sector to the corporate sector. So from freshers point of view, right from your interview days to the successful career, you need to have multiple soft skills apart from the communication, which is one of the most important, to adjust the new world which he will be seeing, because there will be a new set of new normal which he will be seeing. The world will be quite different. And for that, his adaptability is one of the key criteria. That adaptability is one of the soft skill which is necessary in him, and then only can progress. So for freshers, yes, it will be difficult for him because that will be a change of complete direction for him, but that is necessary for his next growth.
Oh, that's great. So,
Yeah.
so it's communication, adaptability. What else we have? So let's say, if I say top five soft skills everyone should know. Of course, right? You cannot just master every soft skills in one go. If I want to improve myself in top five, which one you will suggest, sir?
So if I look from a fresher's point of view again, then the first and most important thing which he will be requiring will be nothing but enthusiasm. The dream which he will take from his engineering or the graduation last year or days and the actual corporate world has a gap. First of all, he need to maintain that enthusiasm to continue in that progress or in that career. If you see in this corporate world, out of 100 people joining the corporates, more than 50% drop off to a different career aspirations. Because once they join the corporate world, they see a difference in what they were expecting and what actually they are getting. And hence, enthusiasm will be the first skill which they need to have. Because no one will expect you to be the greedy. They want you to be excited for delivering and for working for your job. Second most important thing is the adaptability. Till the last year of your education, I will say the session age or the career, the most of the things which you learn are more in theoretical rather than the practical use. Once you enter into the corporates or the actual real IT world, the second important thing which you will be requiring is an adaptability to adapt that theoretical knowledge into the practical knowledge, because you have to apply that theoretical into the practical one. Not only that, there will be a certain set of requirements which might not you have learned in your college days. Those skills would be needed for in the corporate world for you to succeed. So second, I will say is an adaptability. Just to repeat again, the first one was the enthusiasm. Second was nothing but your adaptability. Third one is the communication, which is the most important thing you should be learning. Communication doesn't mean only speaking. It consists of all kind of communication which you will be having: verbal, non-verbal, body language, everything, ability to present, etc. Other than that, the next important thing, or the last two, if I may say, is a collaboration and the networking. Collaboration is nothing but one of the key criteria for your success, because in the real world you will never will be an individual contributor. You will be always working in some kind of team. There will be people who will be peer to you, who will be junior to you, who will be senior to you, and you need to collaborate with everyone so that normally the entire solution gets into the practice or effect. So collaboration is important. Now, when I say you need to collaborate, that not only within your team, because to deliver a successful outcome or a result, I'm not using the word software here, it's applies to everything. You need to work with people who are not even from IT department. I'll give a very simple example. If you are developing a software, you are developing a software for a non-IT department. It can be a finance who doesn't know anything about IT. You not only need to collaborate with them, but you need to have a proper networking so that normally you can get the best out of it and then you can deliver it. So if you ask me what are the top 5 skills which first we should look upon, the first one is an enthusiasm, adaptability, communication, collaboration, and then last one is nothing but is a networking. This 5 is a must-have thing.
Okay, networking is something which I'm learning now. So if from last 2 years, I attended one of the session which talked about, if you want to get a good growth in the industry, increase your network, right? So from that time,
Yes.
I'm, connecting with people. It's very difficult to manage people, It's easy to connect with them, but then it is difficult to maintain the connection. That's one thing I have learned from one of my friend.
Mm.
Every day, he sends good morning message or good night message or something. Maybe it's not annoying everyone, birthday wishes and everything. That's quite interesting, make having the connection.
Yes.
Those are the 5 great points. Sure, I will improve on the networking part more. In fact, I have one more thing. So when I was doing my graduation and then when I wanted to join a company, there was one issue, So I heard from some of my friends, you have to come in front. Let's say if you want to talk to your seniors, if you want to talk to your managers, maybe you have to talk in front of them. You have to stand somewhere, you have to deliver a product or something. So I worked very hard to improve my public speaking thanks to some lectures I should take in my college days. What are the other steps you can take? So let's say if I want to improve my public speaking, maybe on stage or maybe in a group of 10 people. Any tips for that, sir? How can we improve that?
So the basic difference between the hard and soft skills is hard skills can be learned with a fixed time duration. For example, you want to learn a Java coding, you can dedicate and learn a Java coding within the next 3 months, and then you can be a Java developer. Exactly opposite are the soft skills. Soft skills are always acquired with experience. Unless and until you experience them firsthand, you will be never acquiring those skills. And more experience you have, the more skills you will be acquiring and more knowledgeable and more adaptable you will become. So when you say that how we can improve our public speaking skills, the first thing which you need to do is you have to accept that you want to learn. Second thing, start small. Don't start with the big thing. Start small. When you say public speaking, we always visualize a person standing on a stage speaking to a crowd, and then crowd is captivating with his words. No, that's not a public speaking. Public speaking is a very generic term. What we are doing here is also one kind of public speaking. When we speak with if there is a family gathering and you are speaking with the entire set of your family, that is also public speaking, because all the principles of public speaking you will be applying there also. The only difference is you're too casual in that. So when you really want to improve your public speaking, try to implement all these steps or all the parameters of public speaking in every communication you do with everyone. Now the question comes, what kind of parameters you need to consider? There are multiple parameters, a different set of parameters. The more important is, the first of all is the choice of words. Whenever you're speaking with anyone, you need to be very clear and very understandable of what choice of words you are doing, because the choice of words can make and break. So you need to have a practice of using a correct words at a correct time. Second thing which you need to focus is nothing but a tone. The correct tone on the word can change the entire meaning of that statement. Hence, you need to second thing work on a tone. Third is just don't memorize the words. I've seen many people who wanted to go into a public speaking or you want to upgrade themselves or reskill and upskill themselves, just go and buy it or go through the words. They get some dictionary or an app which will show them a word every day, and they will just repeatedly try to memorize them and then use it wherever possible. Never do that thing. It should be more natural to you. Remember, the language is used for communication, not for impression. So always focus on communication rather than an impression. Then comes the stress. Whenever you're speaking with your family, you are more comfortable. But the same thing, if you are doing with your boss, then the same statements will take a certain amount of stress on your head and it may come out wrong. So always reduce your stress. Don't focus on your stress. Make it more simpler, more easy like and breathe. It's easier said than done. I know it takes and practice, but always try to do these things. So I will normally suggest to use the proper choice of words, proper tone, proper body language. Every communication you are going to have with everyone, that will give a platform for you to practice it in front of the audience, which is more comfortable with you and you are comfortable with them, and then you can apply it same with a stranger or an uncomfortable audience, I can say. What do
Okay,
you think?
great. So with that, we have this thing. So let's say if I want to improve my skills, I want to improve my soft skills, specifically, let's say public speaking skills. Can we learn those things online? Example, let's say if you want to learn Java now, as you said, you can learn Java in 3 months.
Mm.
Anyone can go to my channel, they can watch the entire series and done, right? So they know now they can learn Java and they can practice there. But can we learn soft skills online? So let's say if I want to improve because I can't join a classes now, so can I learn online? Is it really possible?
I will say yes and no both. Now, why I'm saying yes and why I'm saying no. See, when I say that I want to learn some kind of soft skills, it's more of an behavioral skills. It's not an hard skill which I'm learning from a textbook. It's more of an behavioral pattern. To learn that, at the first stage, I need to know what to learn. Unless and until, for an example, when I say that you need to use proper choice of words, but what exactly those words means, what exactly I mean by the statement, or I need to use tone, what exactly what I want to convey. So first thing is what to learn, and then comes how to learn. What, yes, that is needed a classroom or someone with an experienced person where you can learn it. So that part you can learn online. If you set up a session normally, or if you attend some sessions where normally somebody can tell you what to learn, you can do it. But if you really want to acquire those skills, then you need to practice it out. So once you normally learn those skills, you need to apply it on day-to-day basis so that you can acquire those behavioral traits. So it's a yes and no. So if you're telling me that whether I can attend a session and I got those skills, no. But whether I can attend a session which will help me in getting those skills, yes, you can.
Now, with this, I have a very important question for you because you are coming from a tech industry. So yes, we are talking about soft skills, but you have spent a lot of your time in tech industry,
Yeah.
especially in Dubai. So I would like to know this. What are the things which are changing in the IT industry? Of course, what I have seen, a lot of new technology which is getting adopted. But what is your experience towards the way IT industry is working now?
See, if I see the IT industry, yes, there are a lot of technologies coming in. But if you see overall from the more critical way to this change, the IT industry is changing a lot. If you see a decade back, IT industry, it was more focused on only technology. They were more concerned on how technology should be implemented and how the best software can be designed. That was the primary goal, or the products, I will say. The products were primary goal. If you see the IT industry now, the IT industry is revolutionized themselves and more changing from a product to service-based industry. Now, instead of developing, or I will say technology focus, they are more result focus. What will help business to grow? What will help revenue to add to my organization? What will help to make me a differentiator with my peer organizations? And IT industry or IT departments are playing a very critical role into that, because they are the one who is enabling the latest technologies which can give this differentiation factor to their business units. That's where I was telling the soft skills comes into the picture. So of course, the first soft skill, if you remember the five which I told in the start, I said enthusiasm and adaptability as the first two things, exactly because of this reason. What happens 80% of the time, the people, when they learn technology, they are more biased towards the one technology. For an example, if you are a Java lover, I know you are, but if for an example you are a Java lover, you will be always focused on Java. You will always see good sides of Java. You will not see the other good sides of other languages. You will be more focused, okay, how better Java can do it rather than a .NET. Industry is not working on that lines. Industry doesn't care whether it is a Java or a .NET. Industry cares how the results are coming. So when an IT person is focusing, instead of a technology first, he needs to focus on business unit or the revenue first, and then he has to backtrace it with what kind of technology fits in, which also tells us that your IT person needs to be adaptable to learn new technologies. Earlier in olden days, upskilling was most important things. People used to learn A, then they used to go B, then they used to C, or I will say they were upskilling themselves into one set of technology and become an expertise in the technology. Now, instead of that, industry requires you to be adaptable, and instead of an upskilling, they require you to be reskilling yourself. So instead of an A to B, now they're expecting the person to know A and then A1, then B1, then C1 in a lateral fashion, enterprise level, if I want to use that word. So they don't need an expertise in one area, but they need a person who can fit multiple areas and then find a solution with the best fitments. And that's why, as an IT professional, if you're entering into an industry, I will say, instead of being biased to one set of technology, learn as much as you can, because there are a lot of changes happening. The new technologies like blockchain came in, which was a disruptive technology. The fintech is going on. Agile is a new way of working with the organization. Easier said and done, all these things, but agile is the way. But everything has the plus, or I will say pros and cons, or I will say cost and the ROI. So you need to know every bit, and then you need to fit in. So you think on an enterprise level rather than narrowing yourself with the one technology. There's a paradigm shift in the IT industry with this way.
Oh, that's great. That's what a great insight of what is happening now. So, as being a corporate trainer, so we see one side of the thing, we are not actually into the corporate projects there. Yes, we do work on projects, but then that's our side projects. So thanks for those insights. So many subscribers on this channel, they are new to industry. They need some motivation from your side. So how can you motivate my audience here? Say something, which will help them to learn more, to, work more. So something from your side.
See, if you are entering into an IT industry, this is a very exciting industry. Of course, every industry has their pros and cons, but this is one of the most exciting industry where you can do a lot of things which impacts people, which impacts organization. In a due course of time, in a due course of your career, you will see that your decisions are changing the way the other organization works. That changing the way the other people or the humans are getting impacted. I will give a very simple example. Let's take a most common example of a technology, Apple Watches. Now, if you see as an engineer, Apple Watch is just a device designed by an engineer. It has some kind of code which is working, and that's all. But if you see the impact of that product to the lifestyle of a people, it has a huge impact. And that's what's the power only IT people can have. They can design a small thing which has a larger impact to the humanity, larger impact to the society. And this is a very exciting field. And of course, you will get reimbursed for that. So there's a very exciting field here. Only thing is you need to be adaptable, communicative, energetic, so that normally you can go towards that goal without being narrow-minded with a specific focus. I would like to add one more point here. Just all the people who are getting introduced to an IT industry, remember, first 5 years will be of hardship. You may think at some point that you are in the wrong path or you're in a wrong set of industry and you need to do something better. But trust me, give yourself 5 years in the best possible way, and then you will see the difference which you are making and the difference industry is making to you as a person. So always give yourself first 5 years at least of hardship to see the benefits. Don't expect it on day one. That's for sure.
Oh, that's great. So thank you so much, Yogesh sir. Thank you so much for joining on this live. It was live plus recorded thing. I'm expecting you to be coming on this channel more, talking about different skill set. Maybe if you're available, you can make some videos about communication. How can you improve them? I know it's difficult to convey the message online when it comes to soft skills. People need to learn by themselves. They have to practice. But we can, I guess you can surely try for this.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We can plan out something.
Yeah, sure. So thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining. So that's it. I guess people have got a lot of things. Maybe they will be posting a lot of questions on this video. Let's see if we can make another video by answering. So thank you so much once again, sir.
No issues. If anybody has any doubts or need any help, ask them to reach out to me or via you or directly, and we will surely help them out the best possible way.
Great. Thank you so much, sir. So ending this session.
Thank you.